Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here at the range today, doing a little bit of goofing around, and I'm out here testing out got a bunch of different air guns in for the channel this week, and we're going to be testing out. This one here is one that was sent over to me by a fellow that I made acquaintance with over at Crosman, and he offered to send this one over for me to take a look at and review. I thought that was pretty nice of him. But what we have here is a Crosman Summit, but the Summit is actually one that was developed for the European market. So it actually is very mild-mannered, to say the least. It has a maximum of 12 FPE, foot-pounds of energy, which I believe equates out to somewhere in the 550 foot per second. But it is a nice shooting gun. I've been shooting it a little bit, got it zeroed in pretty well at 25 yards here with these Benjamin single cut pellets, single die pellets. And we'll try it with a couple other pellets as well, just to see how it does. But let me give you a little flyby with it before we get started. Really pretty neat little gun. Got a beechwood hardwood stock. Did come with this 3-9 by 40 adjustable objective scope. Not sure of the manufacturer. It definitely looks like a Hammer's style scope to me, but again, my contact over there said he wasn't sure where they get the scopes from, or where this scope was from anyway. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We'll do a handful of these Benjamins, and then we'll switch off to, I do have some Barracudas out here, much heavier pellet, and then I have some Excite hammers. They're a much more budget-friendly pellet. But let's go ahead and let's go to 9 o'clock with these. I'm pretty sure I'm right on the money. Well, maybe not. But so this one, when I first unboxed it and took a couple shots with it, boy, there was some serious spring twang. So I took it out of the stock, and I did put some grease on the spring, and what a difference that made. And while I had it apart, I was checking out the trigger, and this is the same style of trigger as a lot of the other Crosman guns and some Beeman guns that will benefit from that RC bearing mod installation. And that made a huge difference in the way that this trigger feels and reacts to your pull, and made such a nice difference. All right. I like a nice little mild-mannered Springer like this. I've got a couple of older ones, like a Finework bow from the early 70s, and a couple of Winchester Dianas from the early 70s. And this one really kind of reminiscent of those. All right, other than that first one that dropped a little low there, that group is looking pretty darn good. And also bear in mind, this gun is brand new out of the box. It is nowhere near broken in, so all right, I'm liking that. Nothing to complain about there for sure. All right, let's move on to let's do the Excite hammers. We'll save the Barracudas for last. Just a handful there, 4, 5, 6, something like that. do have to say one of the things I really appreciate about this gun the most is not having an automatic safety. All right, let's go to 6 o'clock with it first, see where that goes. Ooh, way off to the right. If it continues with that, we may skip these and move on to the Barracudas. Shot one of my other 22s with these Excites too, and they were all over the place, so maybe they just aren't any good. I'm gonna do one more. If it's still flying all over the place, we're gonna skip the rest of these and move on to something else. And that one went through the same hole as the last one. This gun is so easy to cock. You know what? It's got enough energy to get the pellet to 25 yards. That's all we need. All right, other than that one that flew way off to the right, that group is actually looking pretty good. We'll finish off these last couple and then we'll move on to the Barracudas. And those one of the Barracudas are a good 6 grains heavier than the rest of these pellets that we're shooting here, so. Although I'm a little off the paper there, that group is not looking too bad except for the first one. Okay, I take it back there, H&N, those pellets aren't too bad. But let's try these heavy Barracudas here. That's 5, that's 6. So we'll go to 12 o'clock with these, or we'll go right to the middle. That should go right to the middle of the splatter burst there. That should get us where we need to be. All right, well now those aren't dropping low. So it looks like, so before I continue, it looks like everything's going right. So I'm gonna give myself a, I did 6 clicks back to the left. So let's discount that first shot there and we'll continue on. So it looks like everybody was flying to the right. Well, that didn't help. There it is. So far it's showing a lot of promise. Get a pick out one pellet, get it zeroed, and you know, do some good breaking in with it, and I think this will be a fantastic little target gun. Very mild-mannered, love it. I just love it. I love the way it shoots. I love its shot cycle. It's got a very nice trigger. So the trigger blade on this is a very nice metal trigger blade. A lot of the newer guns are all plastic. But this one, it's got a lot of metal. It's got a couple pieces of plastic, but just in places where it doesn't quite make that much of a difference. The kind of the handle out here on the end, that's not really a silencer. It's just a cocking aid handle. And then the only other piece of plastic really is the trigger guard here. The barrel latch is a nice metal barrel latch. Nicely finished beechwood stock. I really like this gun. So anyway, there you go. First look at the, well, first range trip anyway with the Crosman Summit European edition. So you can buy, I don't think they market a wood version of the Crosman Summit in the United States anyway. I couldn't find one. You can buy a Crosman Summit in a synthetic stock, which is actually the full US power version. But that one's probably a lot more harsh as far as recoil goes. So, but probably will shoot pretty good though. So anyway, stay tuned for a lot more on this guy. Hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.